What is up? Eclipse Dawn here with another tarot reading for you. And I just want to start out by saying thank you so much for watching these videos. Awesome. Thank you. If you like tarot and you like the way I read, then, subscribe or like or share or just enjoy, I'm really excited about how many people have subscribed so far. I feel like it's a great trajectory we're on, and I will continue to make more videos as long as it feels right. And I just want to say especially thank you to my subscribers. You all are beautiful stars, always and forever in my heart. So I really appreciate all the comments. Any type of feedback is always good, as long as it's coming in the name of love, of course. But let me know if any of it does resonate with you, because that really helps me affirm my mission, which is to bring you more clarity and guidance. Just saw the Nine of Pentacles and the Chariot, just to let you know. This reading is for air signs. Now, you're probably wondering where the heck I am. I'm in a camper, so I'm out in the wilderness right now. There's a lot of beautiful nature all around, but it is dark, and I actually fell asleep after I did the fire sign reading, and I woke up and Spirit was like, gotta do another one. So I'm like, okay, I'll do another one. So I'm out in the camper, right, alone and quiet, so I could do this reading for you. Now I'm doing soulmate readings right now, and just for time's sake, I'm actually doing each element. So I'm doing this to be air soulmate reading for air, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius all together. Okay, so it is a general reading. If you want it to be more specific, you're going to have to get a personal reading, which is also really great. Basically, I make you a beautiful video that is for you. Once you email me, and I'll give you my PayPal information, which will be listed below. Also, if you want to just give me any type of donation whatsoever for these tarot readings, for my time, you can just do it that way, with the Cash App link or the PayPal link. And no donation is too small. Even, $1 is like super appreciated, because it means that it's just a gesture from you. So thank you so much for those. But if you want a reading, email me, eclipsedawn919@gmail, and I'll tune into your information that I get from you. I don't need a whole lot. I tune into your name, your energy, and I make you a video that's just for you, and you can watch as many times as you want. And my prices are super affordable. I can do a short reading for you, especially if you have a specific thing that's on your mind, for $15. If you want a longer reading, it goes into like $30, some more, depending on how long it takes. Okay, but generally speaking, it's just super affordable. And I have bought tarot readings in a similar format that were super helpful and insightful from readers that I were just kind of jiving with at that time. And it's actually really amazing how effective they are. So anyway, that being said, I hope that this reading is exactly what you need to hear right now, air signs. It's a perfect amount of information for you regarding your soulmate, regarding a person. It's not really, we shouldn't say soulmate, because I feel like that puts it into a kind of a pigeonhole, you know what I mean? I believe that I have many soulmates, many soulmates in my life, and I've met many soulmates in my life, no doubt. People who are part of my soul tribe, you know what I'm saying? The people who have gone through lifetimes with me. And I'm grateful for that. But I do feel like sometimes we come across a person who reflects us in a way, into our own reflection of ourselves. It's more of a divine union, more of a twin, more of a person that has really been looking for you too. Okay, so there's lots of different levels. I know there's a lot of terms being thrown around, okay? I don't want to get too far into that. Like, this whole twin flame thing is really awesome, but also, like I said, more you put labels on anything, especially love, the more you're going to put it in a box. So be careful with the labels you put onto other people and expectations you have in that. We have to have a little bit of faith in the higher forces to let it form itself, okay? But that being said, you and your person air June 2019 is when I'm filming this. If you hear this at a different time, that's fine too, because readings are timeless. These are words of healing that are meant for you when you hear them. And if it is something that resonates and makes sense to you, that's all that matters, okay? June 2019, we are coming up on eclipse time. There's some eclipses coming up. Definitely got the big, megaliths of planets doing some action down in Capricorn areas of the worlds, Saturn and Pluto, and they were just going retrograde in the south node of Capricorn, which basically is just a lot about in the north node in Cancer. Let's not forget that, the opposite side of it. But it's mostly, on a universal level, we're all experiencing the deconstruction of what is and always has been the way it's been done, and that's changing. Everything is up for grabs, everything's up for debate. Like, nothing means anything and everything is offensive, but nothing is off limits. There's no censorship, but there's constant struggle to find a grounds to what is appropriate. This is all stuff going on with Pluto and Capricorn, the south node, and Cancer in the north node. We are moving into the future and into a more loving and aware, emotionally aware future altogether. Even though it feels like it's more violent than it ever has been in a lot of ways. That's the deconstruction. That's Kali energy. Kali's been coming through for many years. For me, she's started speaking to me back when I was a teenager. She told me she was on her way. I've had many, many tsunami dreams. I do have a connection with the ocean. I grew up next to the ocean. Okay, my father was a fisherman. So in those tsunami dreams, I really see Kali as a tsunami myself. And in those dreams, the water's warm and we just bob along. So anyway, let's get into your energy. And this one wants to come out. Okay, Four of Wands reversed. So right now you are definitely at least considering ending a commitment of some kind. It might have already happened. Let's see. Something that is no longer viable to continue to commit your energy to. Yes, it looks like we're moving forward with the Eight of Wands. You're feeling like talking about it. You're feeling about communicating. Also, is a fast-moving energy. Like you're moving forward with it. You're aiming for something. You're trying to get at something. Okay, and it might require you to release commitments that are no longer serving you. Relationship of some kind. We're talking about this is you thinking about you. So you could be letting go of something that you were committed to in order to be able to communicate with your soulmate. Let's see. What are you thinking and feeling right now? You are feeling like you're coming into a new, very powerful part of your life, air signs. I'm going to show this to you. You have the Sun and the Magician. So in this sense, it's a rebirth, a regeneration, and an opening into a portal through the sun, and with illumination, and the judgment is being called upon you to resurrect your inner child, your innocence, and reevaluate what it is that means things to you. Now, this is interesting because you have things to you that reevaluate the things that seem to matter to you, okay? It's interesting that the Magician is here too, because I feel like this is like the old wise man and the young child. The Magician means that, you know, you are highly capable, highly aware, most likely having extrasensory perceptions in different ways. You know, there's lots of different ways to perceive. You know, there's words like clairvoyance, which is something that a lot of people hear, which means vision, clear vision. Not everyone has clairvoyance, and they don't necessarily see visions. I know I didn't start to see as many visions until I realized that I was actually seeing visions, if that makes sense. I have a lot more clairaudience myself. I hear the voice of spirit, and it's not like an invasive voice with, you know, some weird voice. It's just a knowing kind of. So there is clairsentience, where you can feel somebody's energy, or you can feel it through your body. There's, yeah, so I mean, we could go on and on about that, but what my point is that you have a special ability, air signs, that you are giving way for. You are giving way for your special ability to come through. You are manifesting, and you are honing in your ultimate power that comes from upon high. Archangel Gabriel is definitely calling your name to your purpose. So you know this about yourself, my friend. My dear air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, y'all know. You all know your power, and you know that you're being called to it, okay? Let's see how your soulmate is feeling and thinking right now about themselves. Whew. All right, well, they're feeling like they are ready for some truth speaking, truth and face-to-face confrontation. No pussyfooting around, no, you know, wishy-washy energy, no. Okay, so they're feeling like they're coming into this place where their mind has starting to become more clear, air signs, and they're starting to really understand what it is they want. Now, you're over here and you're dealing with the end of some kind of commitment. That's how you're feeling about yourself, okay? And you're ready to communicate that, you know. This could be an end of a relationship that you're in, an end of a marriage, something that you cultivated. I'm going to say, like, if it is the end of a relationship, it's something you cultivated. And you know it, because you are ready to change. I see you shedding. Okay? Now, let's see what your soulmate is thinking. This is definitely thinking energy with the Queen of Swords. So it's just, they're definitely having a lot of thoughts about what it is to be living in truth, that they definitely have been through a lot as well. Queen of Swords, it's not her first rodeo, that is for sure. And sometimes she's harsh because, well, she just doesn't feel the need to sugarcoat stuff, because she's just seen so many things go on in life that she doesn't have the time for that, okay? She's just not interested in fluffing things up for your comfort. So they're thinking about that energy, you know. They're feeling like they need to rebalance their life. They might have had some issues going on with finances, but now it's resolving, okay? They might have had to go without for a while, but the universe is actually balancing things out for them. They've really learned how to give and take in a balanced way. This is definitely, again, karmic energies, this with the 6, okay? We have a 10 and a 1, which makes 11. We have an 8. We have a 4. We have a 6. Okay? Now, what Are they thinking, well, they're feeling and thinking that they need to make a choice. They're definitely balancing some things out right now. They're definitely trying to figure out what is the most value to them. They definitely have a lot of stuff on their plate. They're juggling and they're considering, they're definitely trying to come to a place of balance here. They're definitely trying to evaluate it in a way that where they make the right choice, a fair choice. They want to come from a place of truth and they want to communicate their truth. So it looks like you're both willing to communicate. That's what it looks like. And this person, they are coming through with some love. They are coming through with some emotional love. They might, if they haven't come to you soon, they're going to come to you. They are. You know, when we start speaking our truth, the universe hears us. And it hears us in a way that's different than just listening with their ears, you know. Or even cognitively. It's hard for us to understand because we don't have words for this. When I say the universe hears you, it's not like it's listening to you literally, okay? Although your words literally create energy. That is true. The universe hears your energy. The universe, when you start speaking your truth, the universe responds with more clarity, more truth in your life. It sometimes causes chaos at first, but it actually starts, you know, it starts balancing out what, it's like handing it over to God. Once you speak your truth, you hand it over to God to let God take that truth and put it into the puzzle where it's supposed to go. And you might not know where that puzzle piece goes, and you might not know what the picture is going to be once this puzzle is put together. And that can be frightening, terrifying. But this person, your person, and it could be you, could be the other way around. They're coming into a place where, because they are living in their truth and they're coming true from their mind, you know, from their clarity of their third eye, from their logical side, right? They're coming into this truth and their power in that way. It's balancing out their body and their finances. It's balancing out other things that might not seem related directly, but they are. And they are feeling like they do have something to offer, okay? They can be overly romantic. They can be overly romantic, okay? So, Spirit, let's look at how the air signs feel about their partner. You're tired of waiting. You're tired of waiting for them. There's a feeling that you might be, you know, unsettled with this, okay? You know, I know we've all been through times when, you know, especially with the air signs, we want to intellectually understand what we're doing while we're doing it. And sometimes we have to stop and sit and think about it and really assess in our mind where that current situation or information is going to land in your mind and where you're going to place it. You know, you're an air sign, so, or you're a cross watcher, but air signs, you're highly capable of compartmentalizing, but sometimes it's hard to get out of your head with things. It can become less about rest and more about being stuck. Okay? I see that you have a feeling about something that is stagnant. There's something where you'd like to move forward, but you can't in that way, you know, not in the way you want to, not in the way that you want to. And so you're wondering if you're going to wait in vain much longer, or it could be that you stopped over analyzing, and you're realizing that you don't have to hold out for anyone, and in doing that you're becoming stronger for it. I really see that the universe, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, is calling you to really make a big change. The universe hears your heart calling your spirit, your heart, your blood pumping through your veins, the part of you that makes you feel alive. It's calling you to wake up to your power. If you feel as though you're in a situation that is kind of impossible to change, it's not true. You have everything you need to do it. You really do. You have an innate sense. You have a unique ability. And with the fire sign coming through, this is a Leo card. We're moving into Leo's sun pretty soon. After we go through the Cancer sign. So maybe in a few months to pay attention to what's going on for you. It's going to be an opportunity for you to show yourself how powerful you are, how strong you are, how courageous you are. I feel like it's going to take courage to communicate. It's also taking courage for you to move on with this fast-moving energy when really you haven't... I do feel like it's time for you to move on with this fast-moving energy. Let me put it that way, okay? It's beyond time. It's beyond time for you to move forward. And, you know, if you are it's the ending of something and the beginning of something. Of course, that's usually what happens. If you're being reborn, you're entering a new era. Your spirit and soul are beckoning you to something more. So you're feeling like you're done with the way that things have been, and you have found now in your heart the strength to allow yourself to feel that, to understand that, to know it. And you're calling to be courageous with this person. I see that you feel passionate about them. They bring out a part of you that you like. It makes you feel stronger. You want to go to battle for them. This is interesting because I feel like maybe you're dealing with the end of one relationship and the start of another. That's kind of the energy I'm getting right now, yeah. There's mother energy here. Someone is a mother. Someone is like a mother. There could be babies involved, pregnancy, right? So I see you seeing them, feeling about them, that they are very, very beautiful to you. They bring joy to your heart and they make you feel stronger. You have a desire to nurture your person. You want to show them all this that you have to give. But I see her looking away right now, and I think that there is some more contemplation going on, but I do see that there's an incredible amount of love and abundance here available to your heart through this connection. Okay, let's just see what they are thinking and feeling about you right now. I'm super curious, because what I see is really positive, really positive. But I do see that, yeah, you're being called to action. You're called to being real, being courageous, and changing a situation that might seem impossible to change, but you can. And they inspire you to do it. They inspire you to do it. They are feeling like you bring out in them, well, I'm going to say, because these things can always be reversed, but I do see there really a lot of masculine energy on one side and a lot of feminine energy on one side. So this is the feminine energy here is tired of the BS, willing to communicate and move forward, ending an old contract of some kind of agreement, could even be an old relationship or marriage. They are, if you are the feminine energy, you are really capable, able, and graceful in this. I feel like as a collective, the feminine is going through this shift and finding their strength and power and in their femininity. This is so much beautiful, you know, femininity here, you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, it's just the light's not very good. The blessings that come from being in tune with accepting and receiving love. I feel like the Empress knows how to receive, and that's a big part of her power. She's so giving, but the truth is that she knows how to receive, and that's why she can be so giving. And as in the strength, it's like that fiery passion and knowing how to temper it in the moment so that, you know, she's able to get through and make the shift, the energetic shift that needs to happen as a healer in any situation, because you can handle any situation, you know. You can handle it. So the masculine here, the one that has this cup of love coming through, and this one that is really feeling very clear in their thoughts of how they feel. Queen is feminine energy. But then I see the Lord comes out, and when they're feeling about you, they feel strong, powerful. You know, you bring out this masculine energy, and then that is very, it's like a king, but one that has married into the earth, made an agreement with his spirit that, you know, he will keep order, divine order, and help use the concrete forms, entities, and constructs to better allow the fluid energy to flow through without getting mucked up, without getting dirty. It's like a canal, you know, the form of the aqueduct, and so that it allows the water to flow through, you know. And so he creates this construct of this architecture with his ability to be very paternal, very able to look at the whole thing and assess it and know where his heavy hand can be placed to really create the form that allows the love and light to shine flow through healing energy, right? So these two together are a power couple. Okay? And the Empress is Virgo energy, Venus energy, Venusian, maybe I was trying to say that. Venusian energy. Whereas the Lord is definitely Mars energy, ruled by Aries. Venus and Mars, baby. Doing a little dance here. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I see some love going on here. I see something like, what is a brewing? What is a brewing here? Let's look at your connection. What is the connection between the air signs and their person? Part of the connection, I can definitely tell you, will be becoming more clear somewhere near the lunar or solar eclipse coming up. I know that they're coming up here in the next month, or at least the one of the eclipses are. So I'll try to look up that information. I don't have it memorized right now, but I'll try to post it below so that you can know the dates of the eclipses coming up. Those are times that you're going to want to pay attention and be, ready to take an adventure, ready to let go of old memories or old loves or like things that were fulfilling at the time, but you're on a roll. It's a leaving energy, okay? And your connection is both of you leaving something that almost satiated you but didn't. Almost satiated you but didn't, because you're ready to move forward. And it could be out of necessity. What I see right now is that you're both leaving a type of feminine energy that is an energy that is lacking in love, lacking in nurturing, lacking in ability to keep their either you're both leaving behind an energy that's keeping you in a financial burden, or an energy where there's a feminine type energy that is depleted of her love and her ability to be loving, like she's just dried out, right? And there's a death between you that brings you together, your connection in this ending, this divine ending. Both the judgment and the death here. A divine ending, a purposeful ending that needs to happen. No doubt needs to happen. If we didn't have death, we would all be malignant tumors. Abnormal cell growth. We have to have cell death. We regenerate and we die every moment. Every moment our cells are regenerating and dying. Death is just as natural as birth, just as necessary and just as beautiful. Some big, big changes in your life for you, air signs, but there is something really beautiful with this person. If you have met them, then you know that they are pretty serious. Okay? Somebody, masculine energy, is very serious. Can be very cold. Can come off as standoffish. But really, when you get on the inside, they're an incredible human being to know, and very worth knowing, because they won't ever bullshit you. They're someone that you can count that they will tell you what's going on with them. And, they haven't had it easy. They just haven't. And maybe that's something that you understand. Yeah, there's definitely a painful ending. Someone will feel like it was unjust. Okay, this could be already happening or has happened, but it is an ending. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to say ending, right? Death can feel like a freaking attack on you when someone near you, for example, passes away. You don't get directly attacked, but it feels like that death has attacked you because you feel like it has taken something from you. It's been stolen from you, you know? And so in a relationship, someone could feel like something was stolen from them. But it's over now. That, and in your connection, that ending is super necessary, and that pain is super necessary. And the Lord and the Queen of Swords are like, yeah, we don't care. I mean, we care, but we're not going to be afraid of that. We're not afraid of that. That's just how it is. They know. You know? It's going to take a lot of courage, but there's so much new life. It's like I feel like someone is like ending, it looks like ending a relationship that wasn't serving them. They're communicating that they're being given courage by their person to make this change, to end something that God's been asking them to end for a while, and they're really done contemplating over. They're feeling restless about. They're really able to manifest a whole new reality with you. They're inspired by you to do this, and they see you as someone really worthwhile. Now, this could be the other way around. You see them as someone nurturing and worthwhile, you know. You could be the one ending the relationship, but the only way that it will work for you guys is to move on from that stuff. Really leave it. Like, really leave it. Not halfway leave it. Really leave this depreciated energy. This unappreciative energy. This woman can be very, like, controlling in a way by just depreciating what other people do for her so that they feel like they have to do more. Okay? We're leaving that energy behind, and it's gonna die. And in that death, and in that pain of that death, is how you can be together. Now that is harsh. Spirit, tell me more, because that is harsh. I do see you as a power couple. I do see a lot of power here. Masculine and feminine energy both alike. We got the Magician, the Lady, the Queen of Swords, and the Lord. Okay? Did I talk about the Seven Swords earlier? I think I might have. Maybe that was in the fire sign reading, but my suspicions, my suspicions, they were correct, my friends. Some of you are sneaking around with someone. Someone is sneaking around with someone. Someone isn't. There's some sneaky ass energy, okay? I didn't want to say it before, and I was picking up on it. Yeah. I think that this truth is going to come out. There's definitely a little bit of a debacle here, friends. Okay? Energy where you're arguing. Energy when you're sneaking around. Someone is sneaking around. Someone could be sneaking around because they don't want to argue. You just don't want to argue. But it's like they're not being forthcoming either. They're debating on whether or not they're going to keep on working on this thing that they've been working on. This could be you, my friend. You could be dealing with so much arguing that you feel like you can't really come through with the truth. So you're really debating on whether or not you can keep moving forward in this. If it's worth it. I also see, like, you're saying, someone is saying, I've done so much work already. Can I really just walk away from it? I know that it's disruptive, okay? I know that it's not necessarily functional. I know that it's causing me extra stress, and I know that it's making me do things that are against myself in a way. They're sins, okay? An act against yourself, to me, is a sin. That's what I call. And that's what the Toltecs teach, okay? And I agree with that. So, like, it's causing you to sin, and you're like, I don't want to keep working into this thing. I don't want to keep putting energy into this thing, but I don't have a way of making the change. I haven't been making the change in the way that is in the light. I've been doing it in a way that avoids the argument, which is definitely not what this person's energy is all about. You make them more disciplined, more self-disciplined, more capable, and they really want truth. But I do sense that someone was in a relationship or might still be in a relationship other than your relationship. If that's not what's going on, then it's just that someone is having to avoid being really themselves because they feel like it's not worth the fight. And then I'm still talking about your connection. Both of you are reassessing whether or not you're going to continue to put effort into this. And if you want it to work out, you're going to have to put effort into it, obviously. But it's a 7, so you haven't decided yet. Both of you. You both have had some just bullshit go on around you with other people and opinions and just maybe disapproval. Maybe disapproval, approval of your relationship. And you've had to sneak around about it. You haven't been able to tell somebody about it. It's causing you to really assess whether or not it's going to work. But then I get the Ace of Wands. So what Spirit is saying is, yeah, it can work. It can work. It's going to require a complete strip of what was and a complete, remix. It's like a remix. A whole new song for that new opportunity to come through. Movement, fire, passion, desire, excitement, adventure, travel. That's what Spirit says. You can have this with each other. You can. But they need to leave. Either you or they. I'll just say this feminine energy, you are going to have to leave something else behind. It could just be a relationship that you no longer are in, but that you're still stuck in emotionally. But as far as I can see, I see you being like, I think you ended something, honestly. you're like, it's done, you know? And we set out onto something that matters, and we think that if we do these things right, it will stand, it will stay, it'll stand on its own, the structure. But we don't take into account the tsunami. We or maybe we do, but it doesn't matter if you take it into account or not. It will happen when it's going to happen. And if a tsunami came into your life, then it did, You survived it. Right? You want to know what's up. You might be sending a text or an email soon, or you want to know what's up. You also want them to know what's up with you. If you're feeling like you are aiming for something too, you could be moving, you could be changing jobs, you could be doing something where you're like focused. And you can't really focus on this relationship, honestly. You're definitely being called to your spiritual path. You're definitely called to be courageous in that and to really not be afraid of being an individual. You're becoming more individualized as yourself, air signs. And you guys are always individuals anyway. So this other side here, I gotta end this. Oh my gosh, it's too long. But I would say that, the side over here, they really want to come through with some love offers to you. And some truth speaking. Some like straight truth bombs and love bombs all around. But they're still choosing. They're still deciding. Karma is working its way through their life, and they're balancing. Something's balancing out here. And when they think of you and they want to be with you, they feel more strong, more disciplined, more capable. Just like when you think of them, you feel more nurtured, more nurturing, more loving, more gentle, more Venetian, So if you're the male and they're bringing out your Venetian energy, that's beautiful. And if they're a female and you're bringing out their masculine energy, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Or if you're a female, they make you feel more of a woman. Like, you can make you feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, right? Like a natural woman. When my show was in a lost and found. Okay. But there's always a but. Timing is the thing with you, air signs. It's not quite time. There's a gestation period. It's gonna require not only to completely release remorse and regret, slowly, you learning, but it's really gonna bring in a new morality into both of your lives and into yours, especially air sign. A new ethics code for you to live by learning from this relationship, either with them or without them. The Fool reversed and the Five of Cups reversed. It's interesting. Nobody's ignorant here. Everyone's well informed. This is a choice. Well, somebody might be uninformed, but they don't know they're uninformed. I'm talking about you and this person. I don't sense that you're being lied to. It's not the feeling. I think you guys, if anyone's sneaking around, it's you guys. But yeah, it's not an easy game to play. And it's a game, but it's not, you know? Or people play games, you know? There's a need for contemplation at times. And then there's a need for just doing it, right? It's like this whole idea about intent, ignorance and intent. A person can do something and be completely ignorant to what they're doing until they're made aware of it, and then they're no longer ignorant. So if they do it again, it's not out of ignorance, it's out of habit. Their intention might not have been that, but they did it anyway. And what is intent? You know, like there's intent, doing something intentionally, or doing something doing something intentionally, or doing something subconsciously, unaware, and then doing something consciously but not intentionally. So what I'm trying to say is, when someone does say someone triggers you, somebody does something to trigger you, because we all have triggers, right? We all have trauma. Most of us have trauma. Not all of us have PTSD. Some of us do. But all of us have trauma. So when you get triggered, someone triggers you. Now, you might perceive that they did it intentionally, because you know, you could say you did that and you did it on purpose. And they'll say, no, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know you were going to react that way. Okay, well, if the person knows that you get triggered by a certain behavior and they do it anyway, they did it consciously, but they might not have done it with the intent to get the reaction they got from you. Right? So they might not have done it intentionally in that way, but they did it consciously. They might not have done it because they were like, I'm going to trigger you and I'm going to do it. No, they just did it, but they were conscious of the fact that you would get triggered somewhere. Now, somebody might subconsciously do it, but they didn't even know you had a trigger there. But they subconsciously do it because somewhere in there they picked up on it. They weren't doing it with intent. They definitely weren't doing it to get the reaction, because they didn't even know they were triggering you in the first place. That is somewhat of an ignorance on their part, but not, because they were unconsciously aware, and they did it anyway. Then there are people, and if there are people like this in your life, get away from them. They know what your trigger is, and they do it intentionally, and they do it to get the reaction. They know you're going to get them, because you respond the same way every time they do it. They do it so they can throw you off, so they can get what they want in the long run, because they know that if they trigger you, they can pick up the pieces later, or they trigger you, they're going to get the response they need for the action that they actually want to take. That's intentional. And if people do that to you, get away from that person. Get away from that person. And don't even look back. Right? But that's not what we're talking about with this person you're dealing with. I'm just bringing it up. I'm just bringing it up because part of this whole thing is to understand consent. Oh, my words. Lots of words coming through all at once. Let me finish this thought though, Spirit, because the intent versus consciously doing it versus subconsciously doing it versus being just ignorant. Because what would be just ignorant would be like a kid saying a cuss word that they'd never heard before, and they just like heard it once and they said it, and then everybody gets upset at them. Well, they're totally ignorant, so they have no idea. Okay? It's different. So somewhere in that story is for you to decipher what your intent is, what you do consciously, what you do subconsciously, and what you're ignorant to. Because you can't know everything. But this is about, really, this is a very mature kind of thing. This is adult stuff. It is adult stuff. This is an adult card. You know what I'm saying? This is realness and discipline being asked of you, for you, given to you, through you, and real responsibility to receive the love and nurturing that is being brought to you so that you can give. I can't believe how long this reading is already. Air signs, I love you. I'm gonna go. Eclipse Dawn signing out.